Now, the Senate is poised to pass the new bill to allow offshore processing of asylum seekers today. Just 2 days after the government expert panel delivered its findings, the bill passed through the House of Representatives with just two MPs, Independent Andrew Wilkie and the Greens' Adam Bant, opposing it. But passage of the legislation, which the government hopes will eventually take the heat out of the asylum seeker issue, has hardly been painless for Labor. We're joined now by our political correspondent, Tom Ingleton. Tom, a tough debate for Labor MPs. One said it was like chewing broken glass, but yet it will still go through the Senate.
Well, that's right, Tony. On Monday, when the Prime Minister revealed this plan, she did say that some difficult conversations had been had within Labor, and today we heard some of them for ourselves on the floor of the House. Melissa Park, a former human rights lawyer, said that being cruel to be kind wasn't necessarily something that worked. She eventually abstained from the vote, as did actually a Liberal member, Judy Moyland, who people might remember in 2006 crossed the floor. In the Senate, Doug Cameron, another leading figure of the left in Labor, openly admitted, just said it was public knowledge, that he had opposed this plan on Monday when it was put to the party room. He said that deterrence does not work, and was extremely angry actually with the Greens for allowing the legislative situation to get to this point, having rejected the Malaysia solution earlier this year. Yeah,
Tom, you mentioned the Malaysian solution, and the government's obviously hoping this latest monumental backflip will be forgotten eventually by voters, but there have been a lot of backflips, haven't there?
There have. We have had the Malaysia solution. Some might argue that that was forced on the government, I suppose, by the High Court decision, but nonetheless, in the minds of voters, it's going to be a difficult one to explain, this one, to put it very mildly. And of course, the opposition will be doing everything it can to remind voters of this fairly monumental reversal in policy. Julia Gillard and many others in the government are on record over and over again criticising more or less the solution that's been put forward today. Some in the government were comparing, some in the opposition rather, were comparing the government's move to the double backflips that were performed in the Olympics today. Others were saying it was time for the iron fist and enough with the soft touch. I would expect plenty more of that to come in more days and weeks ahead. OK,
what's happening on the ground in Manus Island and Nauru? Because the army is supposed to be heading there quickly to set up kind of tent cities. How quickly will that happen?
We're still being told it's full steam ahead. Details are a bit scant on exactly what's being planned there. The only thing that we've been told sort of more detail on today is that some of the soldiers in these reconnaissance teams that are being sent to Manus Island and Nauru will be equipped with video cameras. They'll be taking some shots, I suppose, of the facilities there. That's to be uploaded to YouTube and used in a multimedia video campaign aimed at the refugee community here in Australia and overseas, to try and get that deterrent message out there as quickly as possible.
OK, Tom, we'll leave you there. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Tony.